For homework 3, we were supposed to create a VI with a push button, a numeric indicator, and a stop button, where the numeric indicator is supposed to start at 0, and then whenever you press and release the switch, the indicator starts counting up in increments of 5, and then at any point, whenever you press and release the switch again, uh, it is supposed to start um, decreasing the count in increments of 2 until either the button is pressed again and it starts increasing again, or once the count reaches 0, then it stops. And then the stop button down at the bottom is supposed to just exit the program in general. If we look at my block diagram, the way that I implemented this, I made a while loop, and then uh, I have a shift register on the left, and the value starts at 0, and then that is fed into this case structure inside the while loop. And um, when the switch, which is fed into the case selector here of the case structure, when that is first switched to true, um, it begins the true statement of the case structure. And in that case, 5 is added to the shift register value coming in, and then that is outputted to the indicator on the front panel, and then is fed back into the shift register for the next iteration of the loop. There's also a timer down here uh, set to 1000 milliseconds or 1 second, so that each iteration takes 1 second of a delay. And then if for the faults, it's set up very similarly, except with a subtraction block instead of addition, and the number is 2. But then, so that it doesn't go below 0 on the count, that amount is fed into a greater than or equal to 0 block, and then the Boolean value of that is fed into a selector block here, so that if the value is greater than or equal to 0, then whatever the value is fed into the count and the case register. But if it is less than 0, then it just automatically feeds 0 into the count. And as you can see, if we run the code, the count is at 0 and it will stay at 0. And then if I press this switch, the count still stays at 0. But then once I release the switch, it starts counting up by 5. Now, if I press and release the switch again, you can see it starts counting down in increments of 2. But once it hits 0, it stops. And if I press the switch multiple times, you can see now it's counting up in increments of 5. If I press it again, counting down by 2. If I press it again here, it'll start going up by 5 again. If I press it again, we'll start decreasing by 2 again. And then if you hit the stop button, it will end the program.